Uber Eats, 2 phones. This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty and a Google search for my site. Listeners, my click and tap history reports make it very clear the attention I have on these YouTube videos has to be from people with a special interest in Uber. And what I'll describe in this video, this is the second time I will name a video with a distinct name. It will say 2 phones and then the name that matches the rest of my videos on Uber. So I'll describe the problem. Now, the reason why I'm making this intro is you may sometime have this problem, but if you're listening to my videos in a series, it is absolutely like 1 in a million chance that what I'm about to say is of any use for you. However, if you come to this point in Uber, you might want to return to this video and understand what I learned. So I'll first describe the problem. Partly because I use an inexpensive phone with cell signal, and partly because Uber app is quite large, and Uber needs to override other applications. So this is some tech things about Uber combined with an inexpensive cell phone. Bottom line is, the problem I have might also happen to people on other phones. So Uber app will override other applications when the rider is alerted to a delivery. And sometimes that doesn't work right. Like, I could be blogging, which for me is Google Docs, and I'm writing. That means I have a Bluetooth, because I use a Bluetooth keyboard, so I'm writing on the same device that is monitoring Uber. I could even be doing something like reading news with a Google News app. I could also be talking on the phone, but I don't know that I have the problem talking on the phone. And when I'm doing something else in addition to monitoring online with Uber, I find that that transition where Uber overrides what I'm doing, makes itself known visually and audibly, and allows me to accept, that is obstructed by what I'm doing. Again, this might be partly because of my inexpensive phone, but I have a feeling it happens with more expensive phones also. So that's the problem. My solution, and I will say this insincerely, my genius solution was to bring a second phone. Now that phone, because I don't want to spend 2 cell accounts when I really only need 1 cell phone, it has no cell service. However, I had it hooked up to Wi-Fi. So I'm in McDonald's, I'm using their Wi-Fi, I'm online with Uber, and then I'm doing other things on my other phone, the one with cell service. So please, listeners, if you come back, here's the problem is the phone that's monitoring Uber can't always do other things, and that can become a problem. So my solution was to monitor on my cell phone that has no cell signal while I did other things, read news, message, blog on my phone with cell signal. Okay, so I get a delivery assignment, I accept, and I go to turn off the phone and move the job to my mobile phone, the one that has cell signal, and it could not be done. So the only way to, it just can't switch to another phone. So if your battery dies, you have to recharge the battery. Any number of things can happen to a phone, but it cannot switch to a second phone. So that was another problem. So the problem is that Uber doesn't always gracefully override the other things that I'm doing. So okay, I'll solve that. I'll bring 2 cell phones. I'll put Uber on the one that does not have cell signal using Wi-Fi exclusively. And I accepted the job but couldn't transfer it to my phone to go on a phone with cell signal. Of course, need cell signal when I'm mobile. And that was my second problem. So my solution created a problem. So now I got hot McDonald's food on my back. I'm expected to be to a woman named Wu, a Chinese name, in Jersey City, about a mile away, and I can't move it to my other phone. So I had to go back into Wi-Fi, make note of where she was, and complete the job without phone. Then I took my phone, went back into Wi-Fi, accessed the job, and completed the job. So I was able to get through it, but it was really extra time and attention. Solution that I have done successfully, and it will work, is a second phone with cell signal is the one that needs to monitor Uber. And then the phone that runs on Wi-Fi only, that is my recreational phone. So in summary, the problem is the Uber app doesn't always gracefully override other programs, so it's best to let that phone do nothing but Uber. And that is, the solution is to have a second phone for recreational stuff, and the phone that operates and monitors Uber must have cell signal. That must be the to-go phone. So that was both the problem, the solution. The solution created another problem, and a second solution. The second solution is working. Again, in summary, I solved it by using a second phone and making sure I monitor for Uber on the phone with cell signal, and use my phone that's Wi-Fi only for my recreational stuff. The other thing of note is my rating. I have 5-star rating and a 93% like satisfaction. I understand that's calculated from a thumbs up, thumb down, that the customers have an opportunity to leave. And I also am using this occasion to feature my ratings because I broke into the triple digits. I'm 104 jobs completed, which to me is significant. It's working here in New Jersey, and I'm having fun. And this has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search from my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, or restful night's sleep. Ciao.